everybody. I'm doing a session for a client. I'm going to be sharing some psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, don't be shy. You can come visit me at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. This is some really fun stuff here with the Earth Angel background. Can't wait to see what we discover, and thank you so much for sharing here on YouTube. This is going to be awesome. So your goals are, I feel like an Earth Angel, and I'd love for you to journey into my angelic side. I would like to know more about my connection with angels, myself as an Earth Angel, and even my history with being an angel on planet Earth and in helping the human race. Oh man, this is going to be so cool. All right. Earth Angel, journey to your angelic side. Connection with angels, yourself as an Earth Angel, your history with being an angel on planet Earth and helping the human race. Sounds actually, vibrationally, what echoes back, it sounds serious. I feel and experience a seriousness about this. Okay. All right. I'm gonna relax now. Get started. Okay. Help us to understand more about you as an Earth Angel. Your relationship with angels, the angelic realms, your relationship with Earth as an angel, history. What is the most meaningful, most impactful gift of self-awareness, healing that I can provide on this topic today? Okay. Boy, how am I supposed to explain that? This is the scene that I'm shown. And it looks, let's just say it like purple grapes on a vine. But let's allow these grapes to be squishable and oozing a black goo. And it's a wall, okay? And I experience you and the sensation of an Earth Angel, but I experience a wall between you and something of your role or your calling. And we're going to have to look at this gooey black wall. I mean, we're going to have to face this. Oh, wow. Major energy shift, just saying that. I don't know how to explain that energy shift other than it felt like an exhale took place. I feel a change in the energy flow between my third eye, my crown, and my heart and my solar plexus, okay? And it's like, pwah. And I want to say a balloon popped, but that sounds too loud and maybe painful. No pain, no noise, it just is energy moved. You feel like you could face the world, that you could face the universe, and you can face this oozing grapevine wall. Who's this? I hear a woman who's sort of mischievous, like a low-key personality. And she's like, yes, you think you can face anything, don't you? Almost like she's looking forward to challenging you. But the thing she needs to realize is that it's like perseverance. It's like time. It's like, doesn't matter. Like you could say, let's say that her inspiration breaks you down 1,000 times. You're an infinite soul. And let's say you need 1,000 more lifetimes to recover from that. You're still an infinite soul. And let's say it just keeps going on. You're still an infinite soul. So what did she really win? out of all this, just watching you break down a certain set number of times. But in the end, you're the one getting stronger. You're the one rebuilding yourself stronger. And so what really was her power? What really was her impact, other than to build you back stronger? But I do see that there's something of a unawareness, because you're facing this wall, and I feel there's a bit of the naive going on. I honestly feel like naive is a power, because when you don't, it's kind of an open-mindedness in a way without realizing it. And I don't feel like you're not believing this is going to be tough. But I feel the naive is actually giving you an opportunity to be more accepting of it. Because you know that you can't really understand what this is going to be about until you move through this. And so you're kind of pleasantly naive about it. You also know what you're capable of, and nothing can truly break you because you're an infinite soul. I'm going to start saying that you're an infinite angel, because I experience the radiating energy that you are. It doesn't define you as an angel or a spirit or anything specific. It just defines you as your energy signature, your unique vibration in the infinite universe. Your representation of God's ray of light that is you, okay? You like that, actually. You like to be identified as God's ray of light that is you. You really like that. I see that the more she watches you, and you haven't moved through this wall yet, I see that she starts to cry. And she reaches out a hand, but it's like, I know what you're about. I know what you've been about. That hand is not, I don't want to touch that hand. There's a bit of a bitter bond now between you and this low-key female energy. Because she works with mischief, and she works with creating the idea of success when it's truly imprisonment. She creates these fabrics that have you thinking one thing, but another thing is really going on beneath the surface, and it takes time to realize that you were in a trap. And she is the creator of traps. And when you don't associate with the creator of traps, even if the creator of traps is changing, you give her the cold shoulder. And she's not crying because you're giving her the cold shoulder. She's not crying because she's lost something. She sees the value of your heart as genuine and true. And when your heart is that genuine and that true, then her role or her purpose is complete. She has no more purpose when the heart is genuine and true. What this is saying is that she's been a guide for a long time, one of the hard guides that has guided you into so many illusions that you don't know what to believe anymore is good or bad. But all along, you could say lifetimes, you could say in a single lifetime you can learn these things, but all along you are learning and gaining the genuine true heart. The genuine true heart that doesn't work with structures, with good, bad judgments, just is true to your being. You have a knowing of a kind that is the sacred knowing of what real love is. And once you have ascended to that knowing, then her role or her guidance is complete. Is she really a jerk? Or is she exactly the medicine you need in order to aspire to becoming who you are? And can't she value you and be in awe of you for what you have learned through all of her attempts to break you down, built you strong, genuine and true? And can she admire you for that? You instantly say she's a liar, like this. She's a liar. She is untrue. She will always be untrue. And I know why you're saying that. Because when do you know when to trust someone that has been there through thick or thin to watch you fall and break? When do you know when to let all of that pain go? When do you know that it is safe to see this breaker of soul bones in a different way? You are not big enough to do that yet, because you're still, you could say, enriched by the suffering. And yet we have not seen you go through this door. And I see that there's a lot, your relationship with trust and mistrust and liars, what all the words come up with, like we can come up with, right, for trust. Like, I just see liars. Everybody is a liar. Your guide, did she lie to you? Or did it take time for you to actually see her purpose? Through the development and growth of yourself, you can now see what her purpose was, but you can't accept that purpose because it harmed you deeply. And something of her creates a splintered reflection of many liars. And we're going to linger in this because I'm like, okay, so Earth Angel stuff. Like, are we going to get there? Because this is really interesting, but I also want to make sure we know some things about this. They want me to linger here. This is really important that you know this. There's a woman screaming, and she's screaming on the other side of the door, but it seems like she's screaming in your own space. This low-key spirit, she's still standing here looking at you. She's not offended. She's not, you can decide whatever you want. She's not sensitive to that. She is who she is. You are who you are. She takes no offense that you don't trust her. She knows what she's called to do, who she's called to be, to support you. She is exactly as she is. So you then will decide when you are ready to see her in a new way. We'll help you to graduate to the next level of yourself. But let's just emphasize here that none of this is been easy, and let's just emphasize here how ridiculously hard this has been, and that nobody blames this time for you to recover. Because even though you're stronger, there's splintering here. And it really has impacted trust, your relationship with trust. And I hear liar pants on fire. I hear like echoes of liar, 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 liar. Like kids, liars, adults, liars, old people, liars, all age range, liars, okay? I'm like, animals? No, animals aren't liars. They just are what they are. I say, maybe this Loki, is a liar. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's an animal. Maybe she is what she is. Interesting. I see this black isn't as bulbous. It's a smooth black energy doorway that has a density to it. It's not like water, but it is squishable, like the satisfying slime. This is so ridiculously important. This is a pinpoint of some kind, and it's not a specific timeline here on Earth or somewhere else. It's an energy space. It's a real space where the ray of God's light that is you is present here with this unresolved relationship, and it still exists for all eternity, okay? So it hasn't changed, and we don't know how long. It's interesting, you take 1 second in all eternity and you just span it out and it becomes all eternity, and it feels like it. But it's not definable, because that's actually a good side of all eternity, but it also can be a very, very long time and you don't even realize it. I don't know how to explain it exactly. This is still a bit juicy and fresh. I mean, I've been in spaces like this where it's long forgotten. It's so long forgotten, it's so dried out, I don't even know how it still exists. It's that long forgotten. That's how long it's been in eternity, not moving or changing. This is still juicy, so it's not like terribly long, unfathomably long. Now you face her and you say, I know what to do. And it's not quite right. It's like you grow big and you take your hand and you wrap it around her neck and you say, I know what to do is to teach you a lesson. She says, okay. And you push her into the walls, which are not this black doorway. You push her into a dark purple wall, the walls of this room in this infinite space. Just this room, you push her into it. She's not afraid of anything, really. What ends up happening is you put her into a space where there is no sound and everything is, I mean, numb, basically. And she sits and she waits. And she becomes still. And she does not move. And she leaves that part of her spirit and she goes to a much higher dimension, because that density, there's always lighter densities, okay? So she leaves herself behind and she goes to a much higher place. And you see her do this, and you feel like she's breaking the rules, in that she'll never know what it's like to have a genuine heart. And you tell her that she's a coward. But she goes to God and she rests because she can. And because that is the next trap that you put yourself in. I don't know why she's always teaching you, and you can't seem to learn a very specific rule of thumb. And she's only asking that you now move through the door. It is your destiny. Stop focusing on her. I know why you haven't gone through this door yet. Because it is the unresolved pain inside yourself, and it has to do with your heart. You could say all the crying, screaming humans of our earth, you could say, maybe that would be intolerable to hear externally, right? But that is happening inside yourself too, and you aren't listening to it because it hurts too much. And you will need to listen to it. You will need to work on this. And that's why you haven't gone through this doorway. And once you do, I know that you will want her to be there to help you. And it will be your lesson yet again to help you learn how to heal from the broken bones of your soul's past and her relationship with the creation of that, to find love for her and how she made you stronger. Now she's still making you stronger. And you will miss her when she's not there. And it was your choice to push her away, which is now you're learning of what real love is. This is hard. There's another shift, big time, third eye and crown, heart and emotional gut. Exhaustion. And I tell you, let's do this, because you're already going through the black door, but you can't interpret what's on the other side. This does relate to the earth angel, this does. But we have to understand this first to be able to put it all into perspective, okay? Your heart is it's full of a lot and nothing, okay? What does it look like? It looks like black grapes, gushy, and it's a rounded sort of a spherical shape. It's not, it's like as tall as you are, basically. It's there is some white at the end, like we could walk through almost like this is a tunnel, but it's kind of the end is the white is a wall, and we're just standing in this strange, it's like purple grape, gushy grapes space. And you kind of like, well, what am I supposed to do? I say, ask her, as the Loki spirit woman, that you want her help. Because you sent her away. When you need her now more than ever. Don't be too big that you can't ask her for help. Your eyes are breaking. Your head is cracking and breaking. Your crown chakra is cracking and breaking, and you're just breaking into, just like your head is breaking into pieces, and your eyes, like it's all cracking and breaking like a stone, just crumbling to the ground. And there's a rumble of anger. Isaiah, just say it. So, right, I need your help. And that's how you say it. You just write it. I need your help. And it's like I'm helping him, like take your finger and just write, I need your help. It can be silent. I know it's like, I'm not writing this. Yes, you are. You are saying it because you know it's correct. Oh, she is messed up, man. She is actually the help you need because she's so strange. She appears here in a scary way. And she's like a black, gooey statue woman. She's kind of a Medusa type sensation to her. And her eyes kind of glow in the dark. She says you must feel the pain. And she has a trident, actually, and she stabs you in the heart. And she stabs you again, and she says, you're not feeling the pain. When are you going to start feeling the pain? The pain is real. Feel it. I know what she's doing. I know what this is. You're avoiding the feelings that have hurt you. You're saying that you can just keep pushing forward, but all that stuff, you're going to have to choose to be present with it, to be present with your emotions, and it's going to feel ridiculously painful. Like you're being stabbed in the heart with a trident in Medusa, okay? It's going to feel like the evil pain and emotion of the human world, and it's going to feel awful, okay? But to heal your heart, you have to choose to feel the pain that you've been through, and you're going to have to cry, and you're going to have to feel angry, and you're going to feel devastated, and you're going to feel the whys, and you're going to feel the human stuff. That we all want to be better than it or above it. Like the only thing that's real is love, right? But then why is it that we break our bones and scrape our knees if pain isn't real too? And you have to feel this pain. And she is helping you, but naturally the help is going to look scary because it's the one thing you're avoiding is the thing she's helping you to understand is you must feel the pain. She shakes her head and asks God, why does she have to be this person? She doesn't want to hurt anybody. Here she has to hurt you now, and she's not even hurting you. You just need someone to blame for that pain, but really she's helping you to access it inside yourself. You're the one that went through this pain. You need to experience it as real. She just happens to be the one that is the instigator to help you bring it to the surface. And she does not like being this person. That is her hell. That is her imprisonment that she can't ever be set free of. She's the one that creates the suffering to make souls stronger that will never thank her for that. And neither will you. Now she has to be this again. But she will do it every time to help you. Something's changing. You're saying, what have I done or what am I doing? And I get it. But then you admit you do get it, but you don't know that you're fully complete with the understanding because you still feel a relationship with not getting it. It's not whole or complete inside of you yet. You get it, but it's not completely filled in the blanks energetically. You ask her to please show you a memory from your relationship with Earth as an angel. Like you ask her to show you the angel that you are. You really want to see more about this. And I'm just like, oh, look, you're connecting. You're doing it. Like you were so bold in pushing her away. Now you want her help. Like you're actually giving into this. This is so good. You're going to get the help you need. And it's okay when it doesn't feel good because that's the healing process and you're receiving the support. It's happening. She tells you that the past that you seek is not the correct past for your present. She shows me that to hold on to that past there's actual rejoice in it. There's an endurance that feels courageous and empowering to it. There's a satisfaction. There's achievement. There's greatness. There's the time and energy feels meaningful. Okay, it feels very meaningful. Believe it or not, it's so old though that it's not part of this present day Earth timeline. And it's not going to add up with present day Earth timeline. It's actually holding on to something you need to let go of. Because you're not going to find yourself in the present day Earth timeline in the harmonious balance of what you've ascended to, because you're going to be holding on to the way that you valued what you once were. And now that you're not able to value what you've become because of all the pain involved, that this relationship with her energy is helping you to grow into the next timeline of Earth. And it doesn't feel as sensational, you could say. And it feels like all the color is being absorbed somewhere and it is turning into a pale experience. Earth is becoming a pale experience. It's like the water is wrung out of the rag and there's nothing left. And you want something more of an older Earth with a different relationship with what the angels were at that time. And what the angels are today is actually changing. She needs you to be strong and to remember what true strength is. And she's echoing to you, you know the importance of letting go of the past. It's not letting go of the value of your memories because they're always with you. And why don't you look at examples where you could say, I have no problem letting that go. I feel like I'm somebody who could let things go, but this one you can't let it go. Other people might have a hard time letting this go, and you would say that would be easier for me to let go of. I get this experience. You cry and you say, all is lost then. All has been lost for a long time. And I am lost in the all is lost of Earth. And all I'm holding on to is what I recall of my Earth angel. What am I? I mean, you're straight up talking to like a Medusa figure. Medusa has just stabbed you in the heart, like helping you to feel the pain in your heart. You understand. You literally are understanding. And you say, what am I? And she smiles and she echoes what I said. You are a ray of God's light. That is your individual, unique self. I am a ray of God's light. And then what am I as an angel? You are a ray of God's light. What does that mean, you say? What does that mean? Okay, well, let's see. Loki spirit, Medusa, trident woman. What does that mean? She says, you are love. She says, if you want a clear-cut answer, it means that you are love. Let's say your alien family, galactic family. You could say Palladian beings. Or you could say, just erase Palladian beings, erase galactic family, and just say they are love, or you're part of that love. It's actually emphasizing the wholeness is the wholeness of love, and that you are love is going to enrich your life more because you are expanding the doorway of all that you are love. And you need this now in order to heal your heart and your, what is like your history, okay, with Earth. And I really would like to see, I feel like your history with Earth feels like this, it's a pain, this dull ache, like it's catastrophe is, I want to see something happy happen, but it's almost like it's so filled with a lack of happiness. I know that's not true. There always is happiness, always. And maybe that's why the heart is such a complex place, because maybe your relationship with pain is all too real. But you're not choosing to feel some of this, but you are at the same time, but it's not healing properly, and you're going to have to explore what that's about. But I'm going to shine happiness in here. And let's see this Loki spirit in a new way as what is happiness. She's struggling with that. Because she knows what she is, but you'll only be able to interpret her for where you are at in your understanding of who she is. And she feels your pain, and she feels like she is pain at times. And you could say that perhaps there's a lot of history here between you and this guide that she is having to endure it too. That she can only ever be herself as you can only ever be yourself, as she will always help you to become stronger. And I say there's got to be what about how you are helping her? She bows and she smiles and she says, "Oh, that's my favorite story. You're helping me to accept." It's like she kind of says it, "my murdering ways." Like she's kind of like, "You're helping me to accept my murdering ways." I know she's like skipping around because she has to break you down, and it's like she has to break souls down. It's like she has to break them down so they can become brighter and stronger in themselves. And she kind of loathes this of her nature because she knows how she has to hurt. The hurt that the soul endures, so she has to feel that hurt too, but she also knows how that hurt creates something so extraordinary that she gets to reap the reward, but there's no thank you that she receives. And so she has to thank herself for being who she is. And that's her challenge. And you are challenging her to embrace herself and to unlove herself for who she is. Not because you loved her, but because something of you tells her that she can love herself. And she's grateful for that. So that's what I have to say. Oh man. I need a minute from that. That was, you read goals and you have this like fantastic idea of what might come up, and what comes up is not at all what you expected. And you feel the intense meaning, and then it boggles your mind as to what all it can mean, you know. But I will say that the impact on your heart is buzzing, and your third eye and your crown is buzzing. And so these are chakras that have been impacted, and I feel like you are going to be in deep reflection of who you are, what you are, and what this all means to you. And I have a feeling that you're going to feel a closer bond with this spirit guide because you're starting to understand the gift of challenge and what love is on the next level. You are mastering love. You already have mastered a genuineness. Like that was what she showed, was the genuineness of your heart. There's yet another next level, the next dimension of love. Like you're going to continue to ascend dimensionally and be a representation of love for others. Can't you be proud of who you are? If she can be proud of who she is and her role, she struggles with this, but can't you also be proud of who you are and what you've achieved? And can't you own it more than ever before? I feel like what an earth angel stands for is somebody who has a genuine heart and has the willpower to help others, must know how to work with the pain too, because the world is in pain. And how are you going to help that to make it a brighter world, right? I feel like there's an interesting riddle in the midst of this, what her story is, what your story is, what the heart is representing, how she loves herself, how you love yourself, how you feel about her love, and the relationships of this planet. What is this Earth history is letting go of the past. What does that mean in who you are in the present and what Earth means to you? You see, this is right up my alley. This is cool. Thank you for this. Thank you for sharing. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.